All right, for the next fairy garden item, we're gonna make a little fairy jar. So find a glass jar that you got. I always save the little ones from my candles, wash them out. Mason jar works. We're gonna use tissue paper. You'll need some fairy lights, glue, and a paintbrush. And then I just did a quick Google search for a fairy silhouette. Would be so much easier if you had like a foam fairy sticker or any kind of fairy sticker, but I'm gonna start by cutting this little girl out around the outline very carefully. If you're not so good with your scissor skills yet, you can ask an adult to help you. You can use an X-Acto knife. If you've got one of those, that would make the detail work much easier on you. Okay, did my very best cutting her out. Now, she's gonna go on the inside of the jar. So right on the front of this silhouette, I'm gonna put a couple little dollops of glue. And then we're gonna put her on the inside of the jar. Okay, once she's in there, I'm gonna set that to the side and I'm gonna take my tissue paper, and this is gonna go around the outside of the jar. My jar is pretty small, so I'm gonna just rip these pieces up into small parts. I'm gonna need enough to go around the outside of the jar and also on the bottom. Okay, tissue paper's ready. Now we're just gonna cover this whole thing in glue. And I'm gonna use a paintbrush to spread it all around. Here we go, lots of glue. And remember, we're doing the bottom and all the sides. But I'm just gonna do it in pieces. So I'm gonna start right here with the bottom. Make sure it's spread out. And then we start sticking the pieces on. Make sure the glass is all covered. It's okay if they overlap. Gives it some nice texture. All right, got the glue down on my first side of the jar. Same thing. Cover it, spread it out with the paintbrush. And then we go in with the tissue paper. Tissue paper's on, and it looks kind of crazy, right? That's why we're gonna go in with another layer of glue. I put it in my paint palette this time. And we're gonna go over the top to smooth everything down. All right, almost done with this last section. And once you've got it all covered, it should look something like this. Now you know this is gonna need a whole lot longer to dry than anything we've done. So I'm gonna go put this in the sun to let it dry. And then I'm gonna make sure that I have some good batteries in my fairy lights. And then we'll be right back to finish up the whole project. The jar is a little glossy still because it's still drying. But I wanted to show you what happens when we put the lights inside. Look how cute, you can see the little silhouette. So I'm gonna finish putting the lights inside, and then I'll take all of our garden fairy items to the garden, and let's see if there's any fairies interested in moving in. All right, there we have it. Got our little mushroom. There's our fairy house. The fairy light will look much better at night, of course. Now you got a gate to some secret fairy garden, right? Right, have fun making your fairy gardens. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Bye-bye.